Hello. So, welcome. My name is Obinakon. Welcome. I want to share with you raising capital to start your business. Raising capital to start your business. It has almost become so needful for young men and women in Africa to think of how they can start their own businesses. Majority of us, if we would have to wait for employment from the government or from all these multinationals, the percentage of us who will have a place to work, if you look at the number of people that you're producing, from primary school to JSS to JHS to SHS to all the tertiaries, it will be very tough, which means we have got to just let people understand that, or let people know that they have to equip themselves with some kind of ability to start something on their own, to start a business on their own, and to start from wherever they are. And so when we are writing all these nice documents about business, and when you read some of these nice business books all over, you will see how they start business. You saw the boys are there, a lot of them, they talk about they started from the garage and things like that. So, they will start, and then later they will bring somebody they call an investor who will come and push some money in, help them with the structure and systems, and then the next day you see that the business is expanding, especially those in the internet, in computer kind of businesses, software kind of businesses. The next day you see that they say that somebody has raised a lot of money for them. They will go through that, and the next moment you see them going for an IPO. They go to the stock market, raise a lot of money, and then it's a big company. That is a very nice example that you read in the books. In our country, the reality is that if you start business and you go to the traditional banks, listen, you want to start a YJ point joint, you write business plan and you go to commercial bank. I don't know. Or you go to any of these banks, I don't know. Or let's say you want to start a cassava farm. So you want to raise money from the bank or from angel investors. I don't know. The one that I know is that you finish school, you write applications. Some of your mates will be called. Some will be, not called. A lot of them will move to other countries. Those of us who stay here, we stay here probably because we don't have a lot of the connections. We don't have an uncle who is a politician or a big man or a father who can give you his card and say, go to this other area. Somebody else will help you. So, and the reality is that majority of us are like that. Majority of us are in that category where if you're looking for 10,000 to start that business, your mother will not have it, or your father will not have it. Your friends don't have it. Maybe when you even completed school, you are still, staying with your mother or with your father or with your parents or staying with your friends. Things like that. People like that. When you want to raise capital to start your business, you are not going to look at the other side. You have to have a customized way of how it is done. Without you feeling depressed or feeling frustrated or giving up on yourself and on your dream, and sometimes even giving up on our country entirely. It's not that here is harsh. It's just that here is different. So if it's different, then you have to have the appropriate. That's something that appropriate technology. So what I would say is appropriate approach to how you have to go by things so that you can start yourself with that business. So ideal thing is that you complete school, You will write an application, they will call you for a job, you work, for 10 years, you're able to save some money, you want to branch and start your business. That's an ideal situation. How about you have completed school for 5 years and nobody has called you for anything? After national service, they ask you, the last day of the national service, they ask you, when are you going? And you didn't know where you were going, you know? And you call, some of your friends are all connected somewhere, they're working. And you call anybody, you call everybody, and nobody is minding you. If you're in that situation, your equity or your capital is not money. Your capital should be the bigness of your dream, the largeness of that heart that you have. To say that I don't have much to start with, but I can see my future. You have to have that kind of mindset without frustrating, without regretting you going to that school to read that course, because a lot of the courses that they even give us in those universities, when you complete, you don't know what to do with those courses. That's the fact. Even the technical courses, when you complete, you still don't have the technical skill to produce anything with it. So most of us will come out of school and we can't produce anything. We can't produce anything with the school, and we don't even have any technical skill. So if you're coming to build, let's say, even a website, people will complete computer science and they can build a website. And it's not because they are ignorant. The course was not designed for them to come out and build a website. They will just show them some few things. Let's say you want to operate a lathe machine. You went to the class, went to the lab how many times? So what can you produce with what you have? If you have a degree, it's so likely that if you learn to produce anything, you learn it on your own. It will not come from the school, at least not the time that we're there. So, but the basic thing, the skill that you can have that a lot of people can easily learn is the ability to pick a product that has been made by somebody already and go somewhere to sell it. And for me, that is one of the best ways, to add to your tools that can help you to raise the so-called capital that you need to start a business. The fact that you can pick something and sell, whether it's a service or whether it's a product, the fact that you can pick something like that to sell. And so the energy that you have, the friends that you have, the connections that you have, the optimism that you have, the believability that you have, the fact that you think that you're not disadvantaged, for me, that is the capital. That is the capital that you need. And the other thing is you being able to go anywhere that you have to go to make sure that your dream of you building that business becomes a reality. That is a capital for majority of us. A lot of us will not have an angel investor or a bank give you a loan with a nice business plan. And even if they give you a loan, at what cost? At what cost would they give you that loan? And do you think that if you lose that loan, you can pay it back? It's a loan, it's not a grant. So for me, start from where you are with the little that you have. And don't even waste your time so much trying to produce anything. A lot of people have produced something. A lot of people ship some things in town to Ghana. Go to the market, go to Makola or go to Adum or go to any place that you live. Or go to the farm. Somebody has produced something from the farm. Somebody has produced something. Somebody has some small factory that they are producing. Somebody has a restaurant that they're producing something. Somebody is producing something. Can you start your business by just looking at how you can market those products? For me, if you have no skill, if you have no expertise, and you have no money and no connection, that is the best way to start the hustle. And if you do it and do it with good heart and a lot of energy and you work hard, within a year, you will see something. You see so much progress. And maybe out of that, you can now start to write the so-called business plan. And you can now start to look at the big businesses that you want to do. But if you have no connections, nothing, and you write a business plan and you are waiting for somebody to come and give you money before you start that business, it's likely that you're dreaming. Or you're going to call somebody somewhere to send you money to start that business. Even if they are good people and they send you the money, they will take interest. So it's not so much. And sometimes it's not even so much. For me, if you have not done business before, if you've not done any business before, you don't need a lot of money to start a business. Because if they give you that money, the probability that you lose that money is very high. The tendency that you will lose that money. So if somebody is able to organize 100,000 cities for you or 20,000 cities for you, and you have not done any business, I can tell you that within 2 years or a year, that money will be gone in no time. Because now you're going to learn how the thing is run. And that's why they did a study where they picked some people. Some they gave money to start business. Some other part they didn't give any money to start business. They just said that they should. One they gave money, one they didn't give any money. After some time, they started to assess the two groups, and they saw that those who didn't have money, who were able to start the business, were able to develop the right ingredients that was required or that are required for the entrepreneurship journey. And the other ones who were giving money, they didn't develop those things. So the resilience, the perseverance, the consistency, the test of character, the truthfulness, the passion, the vigor, the courage, the self-belief, the confidence in the future, the reality that you live in the future. Those things, they were more with the guys who didn't have anything to start with than those who they gave money to start with. Because when they gave them the money, the very basic ingredient that they needed for the hustle, they didn't have. So when they started and they were going and they met problems, they gave up. They gave up. Why? Because the ingredients that you need to push this journey, you will not have when you are giving so much help right from the beginning. It's like when we say in Ghana, we say there is a poultry, what is it, chicken, the one that they produce in the poultry and the one that they produce at home. The one that they produce at home, that which lives on, is in free range. Nobody takes care of them. They go to fight for their own food. They fight. They're on the street fighting. Those are very strong, very tough. Now, those that they put in the poultry, they easily die. Why? Because the movement, struggle, they build the character, they build the capacity. So if you're looking for capital in our country and you have read a lot of these international business books, for your information, I'm not sure it works that much here. Where you write a nice business plan. If they told you in school you have written a business plan, this is still in your class, they tell you all those. I don't know how many people you're going to show those business plans to that will not ask you, have you done it? Even if they understand business plan at all. Have you done it? Where are the results? What have you done? What have you proven? So you are better off proving something, even if you fail. Even if you didn't make any profit. The fact that you can prove to somebody that I was able to sell 10 pieces of this bread in the last 2 days, even if you didn't make profit at all. For me, that is very impressive. For you to, and everything that you're doing, you have to keep records. So maybe you whatever that you think you can sell. It can be cassava, it can be plantain, it can be wache, it can be somebody's music, it can be shirt, it can be shoes. People are producing all kind of things. Can you start with the selling first? Because the business entrepreneurship is about selling. A lot of people are product people. They are product people. They want to produce something. But when you producing a product is not business. It's just you're producing. It's product development, product design, product manufacturing, things like that. You're just producing something. That's just a small part. If you produce it, somebody must take that product and to the customer, to the user, to the consumer. And a lot of the times those people understand business more than those who are just producing. So people produce all kind of things. You go to carpentry, a lot of boys are producing something. You go to fashion sector, so many things that they are producing. You go to any sector of economy, you go to farm or agriculture, so many things that people are producing. Where construction, the same. You go to IT sector, so many things have been produced locally and internationally. Those that they have imported. If you want to start, even if you have a skill to produce, you must make sure that you're producing to somebody who is ready to buy and pay you. And I just said that majority of us, especially our graduate for the graduates, they don't have that much skill to produce anything, which means that their best leverage if they want to start as entrepreneurs, without waiting for somebody to help them, is to start something from where they are. And I'm saying that you don't have to start to sell anything so big, so significant. You just have to start to sell something from your level. And it doesn't matter what you start to sell. It really does not matter what you start to sell. What is important is that you start to sell something. And once you're selling, the wisdom will come. You will start to develop the capacity. You start to develop the required nutrients. You will start to develop the strength needed for the journey. You will peg the way you think. If you get one city, you will know how to take care of that one city. If you get two cities, you will know how to take care of that two city. Because you have nobody to help you. A lot of us don't have anybody, and so stop waiting for somebody to help you to start your business. Start from where you are, and stop calling people to give you money to start business. You are there, somebody will call you, I'm very hot. Can you give me 200 to start to sell something? If you really want to start, you will start. And you have to have that open mind. I'm not talking about motivation, just talking about you surviving. Doing something to survive. Doing something to survive. So don't wait for your friend, because a lot of people will promise you and they will not come through with their promise. You will call that small unit that you have. You probably should use it to call a supplier or to call somebody who can help you to get a product to take to the market. I can tell you, so many people have a lot of product that if you can pick and sell, somebody will say that, but they will not trust you. Listen, there's somebody who trusts you. There's always somebody somewhere who will trust you. If you have to go to 1,000 people for you to find that person, you have got to go to. Somebody said that you have got to do whatever you have to do to start that journey of entrepreneurship. You have so many successful entrepreneurs have all kind of stories. Some of them will try, they will be refused as many as 100 times, 200 times, 300 times. So many people have been refused so many times before they got the first green light. So you go 2 times and nobody listens to you. You come home, you are crying. You have got to, just like sometimes looking for a job. You write just 10 applications and nobody calls you. You are angry. No, if you really want a job, even if you have to write 10,000 applications and CVs and go for thousands of interviews before you get the first pick, you have to go. There's nothing wrong with you if they refuse you the first one or the first 10 or the first 20. There's nothing wrong with you. You just have to know that a lot of people are looking for the same thing. So you have to keep going until you find what you're looking for. So the same with business. You've got to push till you find it. And you have no excuse. If you don't have food to eat, you still have to go. Sometimes you have nothing, you have to walk. And you have to do that with joy and happiness. You don't have to cry because you're walking. You have nobody to push you. This is the reality of life. So the option, a lot of the times, is ours. It's yours. You choose to stay at home and cry, or you go after your dream. And in that stage, at that state, what you tell yourself is that my reality is not that fact that I have nothing in my pocket and I'm working just to have somebody to buy a product from me. Your reality is the vision that you create, the pictures that you create on your mind, that I see this business with this office, I see this coming in. You see that and you work towards it. There's nothing like seeing and working towards it. You can't see and sleep. And you can't walk when you can see. So you need the two. You create a picture and you keep walking towards it. You'll be shocked at things that will open if you keep walking. You meet any of those guys who have become successful in our country, you have no idea where they had to start and the things that they had to endure. So the endurance is so key. Endurance is your capital. It's capital. You meet anybody, you just think that they are just lucky. Nobody's lucky. You just have to push yourself. And the luck, if there is anything called luck at all, is with those people who push themselves. So if you have no uncle to help you, no brother to help you, nobody to help you, Help yourself. You have leg, you have eyes, you have brain that is working. Push yourself. And you have to go with a good character. You have to be somebody who is credible, who is honest, who is respectful, who is hardworking. If you have nothing, you think you have nothing. These things are enough capital. The hard work, the honesty, the relationship skill that you have. You can easily crack jokes or connect with somebody. That is capital. You may not believe it, but that is it. You can easily go extra mile to help somebody without even looking for any return. If you have nothing, don't go looking for, no, it's because I don't have anything. I help you when pay me. No, or do extra more. Do something that you have. Give something that you have for free and see where to get to you. You see somebody washing their car, you go there and say, I want to wash for you. You have nothing. You are doing nothing. You see some big man somewhere washing his car or clearing his maybe weeding somewhere. Just go there. Say that, please, can I help you? You never know what that connection will bring. So you have something to start with. All of us have something to start with. Everybody. You just have to have a clean heart, and you just have to have the willingness to give freely. If you think you have nobody to help you, so we all have something. We all have the energy, we all have the perseverance, we all have the resilience, we all have the good-heartedness. You approach anybody. You see some woman walking alone somewhere, old woman trying to cross the road, help them. You don't know who the son is. You don't know who the daughter is. So instead of you crying, say that and calling everybody to give you money to start that big business, you don't need 10,000, 20,000 to start a business. You just need to sell. You just need to sell one thing. And believe that if you sell one, you can sell two. And if you sell two, you can sell three. If you sell three, you can sell four. And that's where it starts. So all of us have something which we can call capital. So my name is Obendako. I'm talking about raising capital to start your business. And a lot of people think that the capital is money. Maybe they are right. But the capital was not money. The capital was the hope. The capital was the energy. The capital was not giving up on ourselves. The capital was people giving up on us, fighting us, throwing us away, not opening their door for us, but not us becoming bitter, helping people, continuing to help people. The capital was in us reading and getting knowledge constantly about this thing that we wanted to do, which is business. We had no other option than to start something that we call business. So, you are constantly learning. So you come to my room, books everywhere. You come to, I'm listening to something, constantly upgrading and keeping myself so that I don't drop into a stage where I become depressed and sad, because that is the energy that you need actually, So my expertise is not with the people with nice expertise, nice management skill, technical understanding. They have worked in all these corporations. They have money. They write nice business plan. They want to start a business. That's not what I don't know that one. What I know is that if you have nothing to start business and you think you have nothing, you still have something to start. What you need is a paradigm shift. What you need is a different way of looking at it. And so we're talking to the graduates who think that they have nothing. So you're frustrated. You say, why did I even go to this school in the first place? And sometimes you feel like no, there's a lot. If you can reprogram yourself, if you can rethink, there's so much you can do. Every one of us has 1,001 things that we can pinpoint and say and even call it capital if you want to start business. Every one of us is in the movement, is in the doing. It's not in the planning. It's not in the talking. It's in taking action, taking the first step. If you have nothing to start your business, don't sit down to still be calculating. What are you calculating on? You say you have nothing. So what are you calculating? All the analysis that you're doing, what are you doing? Sometimes even what to eat becomes a problem. And sometimes you look at, maybe you come from a family where the mother does not have, the mother or the father does not have. So sometimes you look at your mother and wish you could do something for her. Step out. Drop your ego. Go through town. Talk to somebody. By the time you talk to 100 people, something will show up. And don't look for help. Look for results. Don't look for help. Look for results. And you'll be shocked. You interview anybody who has started business from nothing, their story will not be so much far from what I'm telling you. They had to hustle. They had to go through a lot of rejection. They had to go through a lot of pain. They had to carry themselves one day at a time. Some of them would give up several times, but that dream will not give up on them. That is entrepreneurship. If somebody else is telling you any other thing, those are the connection men who they have big contracts, they start a big financial company, they collect people's money, they buy big houses and big cars. Everyone needs help. But don't wait for that help. Don't wait for that help. Don't condition yourself that you're waiting for somebody to help you. You wait forever. Help yourself. A lot of the times you are the very help that you are waiting for. Don't wait. You wait forever. You wait forever. Not with entrepreneurship. Not even when you're looking for a job. Don't wait for help. Because then that's why a lot of people feel disappointed. Because they're always waiting for your brother has called you. He's promised you that tomorrow he will connect you to another big man. Tomorrow comes and they are not connecting you. And it's now 3 weeks. Don't wait. Your help is in you starting. Taking action. That's where the help is. And a lot of the times you are that help anyway. So save yourself. It's all in our imagination. Yes, it's true. So a lot of my passion is for the young guys in our country, that they will not give up on themselves, that they will wake up and see all the opportunities here. And that the programming that sometimes you talk to a lot of these boys who are looking for help and waiting for somebody to help them, and they're blaming the politicians, they're blaming their uncle, they're blaming their father, they're blaming somebody's mistake. I wish they would think differently. Because if you can repackage your thoughts, there's nothing you can do. And a lot of the times, the point that you start, the starting point is ugly. It's not nice. It's not palatable. And that's why most of the guys will give up. The ladies will a lot of them, they will just become slave queens if they don't have character. But my problem is with the boys. The boys, sometimes you see the pressure takes on the boys more than the girls. The society, if you're a young boy and you have nobody, the pressure is heavy. It's heavy. But don't see, it's all the thinking. And that's somebody like me. It's not like there was a father somewhere or was a mother somewhere who was connecting me anywhere. No, it's just the psyche. The psyche is about 80% the victory. The thinking, how you create the environment that you have. So you may not even have a room on your own. You may not have. All right, need an angel investor to start something, but no help. You see, that's another problem. All those terms I see, angel investor and all those things. Listen, they are in American books. So in Ghana, who are the angel investors? Not the ones that I see. This is a country. Listen, it's a whole different. You go to Europe, you go to America, you go to all this, white man country. The way they start business, a lot of the times is different. They have very cheap loans, and even when you start it and it's working, somebody they call investor will come in and help you not only with the money but also with expertise. Before you see it, that business is scaled and is going everywhere. In our country, if bank is giving you a loan, the loan rate is unacceptable in the first place, and the angel investor is where. So you really have to do something that you take charge and you have to hustle through. And for me, you better delete those things from your head. A lot of the things that they talk about in those books. In reality here, I've seen people who even started IT companies. The so-called angel investors came from somewhere to help them. And the things that they have been through, they wish they would not have even taken this kind of so-called angel investors. So my mind is not there. My mind is understanding that If you're able to test any business and it's working, sit down and see how you can get the revenue and expand that business yourself. If it's working, if you're waiting for angel investor, me, I don't know them. I don't know them. I don't know them. It depends. And even if you're an IT person, because those are the guys who are always really looking for angel investor, IT people. Don't wait for that. Start with what you have and do something that the market needs, and that's in high demand, and deliver it with the best of your ability and your profession, the best of professionalism, the best of character. You know, our market, even though it's very tough, but when it starts to work, competition is zero. That's why they don't tell you. If the moment you're able to go through all those things and the concept is working, what is competition? You'll be the one to collapse the business. If you do it and do it well, and if you master the processes, if you're able to build a strong team, if you're able to deliver on the things that you promise, forget about all those things that they call competition, all those. Okay, so everyone needs help, yes, but don't wait for it. It's not in my psyche to wait for anybody to help me, because you can wait forever. You know, and it all starts with imagination. That one, I side with you. The way we see the world, the way we've been taught, the way we've been programmed. If you go to Facebook now or you go to YouTube now, a lot of the data that they are giving us, you know, is on slave queens and politicians and a lot of our religiosity, you know, jokes, comedy, music, movies. Those things have conditioned our people not to know how to pick an idea and build a business around it. You know, solve problems of society. Our problem is not music. We are not in short of music. Our problem is not lack of entertainment. We are not in short of that. Our problem is not lack of politics. We have a lot of them. Our problem is not lack of churches. We have all those. But they still say Africa has problems. So what are the problems? You know, so all the things that we are importing from China. Which one of them can you make? You know, all the things that people need. Which one of them can you do and do it better? We all hear them. Pick any of the supply of the value chains, from agriculture to any, from manufacturing to retail to finance to IT, everywhere. Any of those that you can do. If you pick it and stay with it, with the process, you have to give yourself time. And you're very frugal and prudent and honest with yourself and hardworking, not just smart working. As a matter of fact, I don't believe in smart work. I believe in hard working. You're working hard. People talk of smart work and all. Fantastic. I believe in hard work. I believe in doing extra. I believe in working more. I believe in reading more books. So somebody is reading one book, I'm reading 3 books. Somebody is going from 1 to 6, I'm going from 1 to 9. I believe in that. I believe in working extra. You know, and when people are leaving, I'm not starting. When people are giving up on themselves, I'm not going to work. Those things, when people have disappointed me, 20 people have disappointed me, and yet I'm trusting the next 30. For me, that is hard work. You know, so when everybody else has given up, I'm still working, I'm still pushing myself. Even if I'm not seeing results, I'm still pushing. I'm still pushing. I believe so much. I have a book for you, bro. Please send me. I would love to read it. Did you write that book yourself? Or you want somebody's, I want to read somebody's book? No problem. Send me. You know, so for me, that is the psyche that you need for you to survive in our country. You know, look at most of our so-called big business people. Unfortunately, a lot of them are politically linked. A lot of them started in what do you think most of these banks collapse? Why do you think they collapse? Because the things that they were doing were not sustainable. They were not sustainable. They were unrealistic. You know, because they were using all these formulas from everywhere. The countries that you're copying those formulas, they don't give interest they don't give 5% interest. So why are you applying all the other models, but the basic one, which is cheap interest rate, you are not applying it and you think it's going to work. It's not going to work. It's that simple. You know, and that's why they failed. So they were not straightforward. They were not honest. That's what we have. And so a lot of the people that we look up to Very few will be very much straightforward and will be so much proud of the wealth or the businesses that they have built without government connections and influence, without political connections. And so most of us, our generation, we have grown up to see business people who many of them did not pick product from the scratch, from start, and develop the channels and built business and built structures out of it. No, majority of us, we saw people who became giant just by contract from government. So we don't have good examples that much. We don't. So our understanding of how you build business has been destroyed. So that's why when we go, we try one, two, three, it doesn't work, we give up because we think it's easy, and yet it's not that easy. Because you have to become somebody. You have to become something before you can give the results. You have to become before you can give the results. And sometimes when you decide to go through the processes, everything will turn against you. People will laugh at you. You even doubt yourself. You will think that something is doing you, like people think. Nothing is doing you. You're just staying with the process and be honest with the process. The process is harsh. It's difficult. It's tough. It's totally unacceptable. But that's the reality we have. That's the country we come from. And it is on us to build the next generation of entrepreneurs who will be so much confident and proud of their country and will not put their selfish interests above the success of their country and of the entire people, which means that we have to be credible in our approach. We have to treat people well. We have to read well. We have to understand the system. We have to understand what works here and what does not work here. And going through this take time. And you even have to know the content that you develop. Because you cannot just go and copy America and bring it here. The person you are relying on for help is also waiting for help from somebody. Start with a letter. I love that, Koyo. I love that. That is true. So don't take that thing from your head that I'm waiting for my anchor. I'm waiting for my friend is a minister. Forget. If he helps you out of his own will, take it. Fantastic. There's totally nothing wrong with it. But don't sit down and wait for him. He may never come through. How about if he is also fired from where he is? Especially those of us who want to start contract. Your friend that DC who has become somebody, your friend who you know in school who has become DC is giving promise. Politicians like promising. Don't forget that. When you meet any politician, they will promise you. So he's not only promised you, he's promised everybody. So you will forget a lot of them. You'll forget a lot of them, and probably you'll be one of them. So don't wait for that. Don't wait for help. Don't be calling people every day, send me money so that I can start business. Start from where you are. Start from where you are. Step out. See somebody is doing something. Can you help them? Go to a construction site. Be a laborer there. It doesn't matter how you start. So long as you're not stealing, you're not cheating, it's not criminal. Start from there. You never know. That's how you start. Sometimes you just have to go to Makola and see what is there. See, can you maybe buy some second-hand clothes and go and clean it and send it somewhere? You never know. Can you go and refurbish some old computer and go and sell it somewhere? Anyway, anyhow that you have to start without you being a criminal, start. That's how it starts. Talk to any of those guys. Go to anybody. Some of them were selling PK on the street. I've heard of Kennedy Japan. He said that he was selling PK. I've heard of Despite. The story, they look the same to me. A lot of those guys started like that. Now, go and listen to the story of those who have also started banks and ran all of them down. Some of them may have similar story, but maybe along the line, they change. I don't know. But whatever it is, start from where you are and never be sad. Don't worry yourself about my family is poor. It doesn't matter. Everybody's family is poor one way or the other. So the boys in our country, that's where the problem is. Feed yourself with the right information. Don't wait for help. And I dare say, don't even wait for the help don't even wait for help from God. God is waiting for you to help to move. Especially those of us who go to church. We are waiting for God to give us one big idea so that when we go, everything will be smooth. Even if you get that idea, executing that idea, you meet problems. So the problem it's not so much with the idea. It's so much with the skill that you have in executing that idea, and the stamina that you have, the capacity that you have, the persevering spirit that you have, the optimism that you have, the network you're able to build, the people you're able to roll with, this discipline that you have. If you get the money, are you going to buy yogurt with it, or you're going to save it? Save it. If you owe somebody, are you going to run away, lie, change your phone, or to tell the person, listen, this is your money? Those are the things that are going to make sure that you succeed or you fail. So my name is Obin Dako. My passion is that our generation, the African youth, those from Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, we will build businesses from wherever we are. We are the ones to manage all the big minerals that we have in our country, the gold, the diamonds, all these things that we have here that foreigners are taking over. If we don't develop the entrepreneurial spirit and the entrepreneurial skills and the expertise, foreigners will be the ones who will take charge of all our businesses. So we need a lot of you guys to start to think beyond just getting salary and getting a house or getting a car and marrying. That is just bonus. It's not life. Getting a salary, getting a car, getting a house is bonus to life. It's not life. Life is building something beyond yourself, taking charge, becoming dominant in a certain sector of our economy. And no one is going to do that but ourselves. So we need a lot of you guys to think as such. And it doesn't matter how you start, but you have that kind of thinking. And you've got to believe here. You've got to believe that this is a country that you can succeed in. Stop looking to go to America and England. That's not where the money is. The money is here. I can tell you that. The cash is in Africa. It's not in America, especially if you're African. It's not in England. It's not in Australia. The cash is here. The cash is here. So start from here and be so much positive and resolute that if you have to fail 10 times, you are ready for it. It's true, big bro. Yes, I think we have to start from where we are. Yes, start from where you are. When you fall, you get up from that place. Where you fall is where you get up. It's principle. Look at the last time you fell. Where did you get up? You got up from where you were. So you are not looking to start somewhere. You start from where you are. So you have to believe here. That is absolute. You have to know. I can tell you, most people who have never been to Ghana, never been to Africa, when they come here, they say, wow, so why do you guys travel? Because the ones who are here have been programmed wrongly. So they don't see the opportunities here. They believe so much in TV. They believe so much in American movie. So they complain so much. Don't forget, the movie was edited. It's movie. They edited it. They didn't show you all the other ones. So here is where we need a lot of our young men and women to take up every sector of our economy. Every sector of our economy. We must build them. We must build them. And don't wait for the government. We pray that the government will do the right things. We pray that we get a president who will continue to do the right things for us. But if you don't get them, it is our life. We will live once. So you don't put your life on hold and wait for help. You don't put your house on hold and wait for a good president one day. I have a friend who was always waiting for his government to come to power. His government came to power and he's still broke. So there's no guarantee that you still even sit up when your party is in power. The party will give the money to those who are prepared, those who are connected to them. So don't wait for anybody. Don't wait for anybody. Don't beg for anybody, any help. Push yourself. People are very much attracted when you're doing something. When you can show what you have done, people are so much happy to see that. I remember when I started Facebook Live videos. Some of my friends say, what are you doing? Why are you worrying your head? You're worrying yourself. Like, you don't know. I just felt like sharing something. And so many things have come out of just by sharing what I knew on Facebook and on YouTube. So many things. Then I put those thoughts to book. So many people have read the books. And the testimonies that I hear, amazing. You know. But when I started, there was no support. People would think that you are crazy. Why are you sitting here talking? Why? But somebody will see that video and call you. You know, somebody will start to see what is in your head. So do something. You start that business. We will start that business. Sometimes the business will collapse. But when you build a profile, nobody sees whether that project made profit or loss. Nobody sees that. So they look at that. I said, this is a nice profile. So you did this project? Yes. They never go ahead to ask, did you make profit or not? They just say, did you do this project? They say, yes. Okay, then you can do this one. Come and take this. Or you built that wine shop. And they say, so you're able to build the shop? Then you can build the second one. You know? But if you're waiting, you wait forever. If you're waiting, you will wait forever. So don't wait. Start anything. If it fails, you have done something. Start again. Don't cry. If you have to sell your shoe, go ahead, sell it. If you have to sell that phone, go ahead, sell it. Don't keep anything in exchange of your dream. Never. Nothing is worth keeping, holding on to when you see your dream and you can go after it. You know, so if you're ready for that dream of building your business, you are ready to sell anything to get to that business. And sometimes you're ready to lose everything to have that business, and you should have that. And don't give yourself so many options. So we have a lot of our people. He's a consultant. He's this. Is this? You do no. You want to build business? Build business and focus on it, and give yourself like 10 years and see if that business will not succeed. It will succeed. That business will succeed. That one I can tell you. If you grind, you push, you push, you push, you push. Within 10 years, you will look back and you would have made so many. You would have made a lot of significant progress and results just by starting from where you are. You know, so you can start with selling just one sachet water, and the next day you see you're producing the water. You can start by selling just one thing, of Coke. You know, or just one bag of maize. Some people will go to the other time somebody called me that he would want to go to the village and buy charcoal and sell. So go ahead. It's not so much the charcoal. It's the fact that the processes that you're going to go through to get that charcoal to the market. Maybe after 6 months, you may not even be selling charcoal. It could be a whole different thing. But the charcoal would have been that which would have started you. You know? Sometimes somebody will say, no, I want to go and pick chalawati and sell. Go ahead. Somebody will say, I want to go to Bonray and pick kente. Go ahead. Somebody will say that I want to go and sell egg. Go ahead. Somebody will say that I want to develop a website for people. Go ahead and do it. Somebody will say that I want to manage people's social media. Go ahead and do it. I want to start selling coconut. Go ahead and do it. The moment you start, your mind starts to open. All the systems that have programmed us as Africans, whether it's the religion, whether it's the school, whether it's the media, whether it's the government, the best tool to deprogram that and to release that mind is business, is entrepreneurship. The best tool to reprogram all the errors that school put you in is business. Because then when you start, your mind starts to work. You start business, you can't sleep. You're calculating. You're always thinking of this, that. You're comparing. Your mind is working. You are building the system yourself. You start business, you're not waiting for somebody. Your mind is big. So entrepreneurship is the greatest tool that you ever discover. So if you don't have a job, you are not cursed. You're not disadvantaged. Start something from where you are. And start that thing without waiting for anybody's help. You know, you don't even have to register the business now. You can just go and start. When you start to make money, you can go and register. Nobody will kill you. The boys who are selling something on their head in the traffic, they have business if you don't know. Have they registered it? No. Do they take them tax? Me, I don't know. They carry you. You think they don't have money? They see money more than the graduate who is sitting at home that the mother is taking care of him. And you say that you have gone to school, But the carrier didn't have any money to start the business. They cannot, so a lot of them cannot even probably write or read. They don't even have a family. Some of them, they have left their family at home, somewhere in their region. But if you look at them, and if you go to hear the stories and how much they save every month, you'll be shocked. And you are there 5 years, you're still waiting for help? No. Go to Abosukai and see. Those guys there, you have no idea what they save every month. If you don't like it, go to Fiesta Royal area. Talk to the guys in the traffic and ask them, how much do you make? Talk to the cocoa seller. Ask her, how much do you make? The kenke seller, the watch seller, the one who is selling bread. You'll be shocked how much they make. And so if you're ambitious, out of that, you can build your dreams. So I want to thank you very much for watching, and please share this video with those you think will be interested in this, and subscribe to this channel. And let's see, we can share more and get a lot of our young men and women to see all the opportunities here, and never to give up on this continent and this country. But all of us will have to build this country to the greatest that we all want it to be, the country that God designed and desired. I mean, the prosperity is here. The prosperity is here. It only takes time, but it is rare. It is true. That's why I can tell you. You only need good information. And you should be a person who wants good information to change or to improve your life. You should not be the one looking for information so that you can criticize. You look for information so that you can add value to yourself. And once you add value to yourself, you give out value. So you become very hardworking, very respectful, very honest, and you're always developing your mind yourself. So I want to thank you very much for watching. Have a good night. Thank you.